Hello everybody, welcome to Douglas Hutton's masterful, maniacal, massive chaos of packages.
Monster Marathon.
Oh well. That's the only time.
We're not actually calling something. It's just, Douglas, we treat him.
What do you
spots
mean?
in the break.
That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah, but we're not going to call it in any other video,
No,
are we?
we are. Yeah, we will. We will. I swear. Guarantee it.
Sure, he guarantees it. But we trade him 25 to 30 cards. They can't be all junk wax, but pretty much any sport or anything else for spots in our break. And he sends them to us, and we, exactly what I said, we trade them for spots in our breaks. The person we're talking about is, whoops, Douglas Hutton. Douglas is such a really good guy. Not only does he do this for us and support it in break, he sends cards to send out to other people that are in our breaks. So he sends extras for other people. He buys spots in our breaks for other people. He supports everybody in the card community. Not only is he ours, he's on Sports Card 24/7. He's on Matty Ice. He's on Rippin' for Rookies, Epiphany Card Collector, Diamond Princess, theCardDeal.com, Firestarter Breaks. He's on so many channels. Not always getting into the breaks and stuff, but he's always there supporting. He's always giving cards to people. So let's go sub him up. He's at 63 subscribers. We need to get him a lot higher than that for all the support that he gives everybody. Please go, give him a sub. Show him your support. Maybe we can get him to make some more videos. I've been trying to teach him how to do videos. He's got a couple shorts here now. One is for Tim Magdaleo and the other's for our Shaw Racing 500. And then he's got a couple of the PS4 videos, which those are easy to do, but actually doing the videos is hard. But let's go. Give him some support. Let's show him how much we want to thank him for all the support he gives us. And are we ready to go see what we got? Let's see what Douglas has sent in this box. This is number one of many, many videos because they keep coming in, so we keep adding to it.
At the moment, we're at like 36, 27 or 36?
I think we're at 27 right now.
Okay. Alright, so we have a Gabriel Martinez, a Yashira Mercedes, Brooks Lee, youre Herbera, Scott Case, Mike Cadden, David Conrad, a Patrick Wayne, Steve Goldman, a Randy Ambrose, a Dan Rasmuch, a Trevor Boyles, a Tony Cherry, Mike Cadden, John Gesick, a Barry Word, a Ken Fagan, a Brett Pereira, a Dennis Berry, these two,
Warren Moon,
Aerial Threats,
I think that's young,
Percy Snow, a Calvin Martin, Barry Word, a Mike Ken. We have this man right here.
I think that's Barry.
Yep. We have this guy.
Who's this guy?
I don't know, who is he?
Altoon.
My footsies
Better
are.
if his name was Carr.
My footsies are cold.
No, not Carr.
Why not? Wouldn't his name then be Carr too?
Yeah, that's what I said. It'd be better. But then you said, "Oh, my footsies are Carr."
I did mean cold.
I know you did. So I said, "No, not Carr."
Okay, we'll see how well that works for me.
Okay.
All right, we got a Tony Cherry, a Stacy Downsy, and a Bobby Juanins. Here you go.
Oh, sorry. I can do that. Anyway, a lot of these cards we need, but any of the ones we don't need will be up on TCDB
Eventually.
as soon as we can.
Should be on there by 2025.
Especially the other sports. Baseball and hockey might be a little bit slower, but all the other sports should be on shortly. Okay, let's get into our next pack, because I don't even know how many packs are here. Lots.
We have Jeff Semdarzi.
Sure.
Alright, we have Joel Skinner. We have a Eduardo Escobar. Kennel Keller. We have a Michael Pineda. a Brian Bixler, Chris Woodard, B. Young Hung Kim, John Mann, a Fred Lynn, Craig Lefferts, Brian Smith, a Phillies card, a Lee Smith, Roni Ballard, a Juan Andujar. We have Spike Owen. We have a Carlton Fisk. We have Tim Walsh. We have a Gary Gaetti, Greg Olson, Chris Welch, Steve Lyons, Kevin Seitzer, Stan Belinda, Les Lancaster, Steve Torres, Leon Draisaitl. This kid right there is Pavel Bure, and a Danny Heatley.
Okay, sorry, the packs all fell over here, and I'm trying to keep them. They're not all over the place.
Never gonna happen.
I know. What, they'll fall again?
No.
Oh.
I made sure that they were going to fall less all over the place.
Okay.
We have Brent Seabrook, Christian Yelich.
Yelly.
That's before he was on the Brewers. We got a Ron Olster, Winnipeg Jets, Charlie Moore, Dan Wheeler, Dave Johnson. Johnsons are going up at the top.
Yep.
We got a Paul Wilson, Randy Reddy, Tony Pena, Vincent Torchek, a Tracy Woodson, Mario Diaz, John Hall Park. We have this guy, Jeff Weaver. We have a Mark Portugal, a Dirk Graham, Gord Murphy, Glenn Braggs, Rick Shue, Simon Gagne, a Juan Gopinov, Bill Gurian, a Glenn Murphy, Brian Bradley, Greg Jeffries, Mike Blowers, Roberto Hernandez, Stan Youre, and a Bobby Ryan.
Bobby Ryan, okay. Alright. There's so many packs in front of me here. I'm trying to keep everything from falling here. Keep
Just
everything from
grab and
falling
yank.
over there. Pretty much. So if you guys didn't care about the one going all the ways.
We don't care about the sideways ones.
Since when?
So you can just leave them there. I'll just forget that they exist. Read the names as usual.
Yeah,
I won't turn them at all.
I know.
So it's
That's
you.
the problem.
It's you who actually cares about the being sideways.
Like
Tampa
to see
Bay
the
Rays.
cards.
And turn your head.
No.
Eric Hula, Leon Draisaitl, Aaron Ekblad, Thomas Panek, Tom Brunski, Neil Yakupov, Brett Ritchie. That's a pitcher card. Mitch Williams.
Can you see the Brett Ritchie? He's
Hey,
actually
Jets.
no, that's on the back. His grandmother lived down, or used to until she passed away, lived down the road from Grandma and Grandpa.
That's the Duck Lady.
Yep. She used to have ducks on her front step, and the boys always called her the Duck Lady.
Mike Heath, Greg Hubbard, Lee Stevens, Alan Mills, a Mark Trumbull, Max Scherzer, Albert Pujols, a Yesen Puig, Josh Hamilton, Giannis Sipitz, David Wright, Madison Bumgarner, Will Mays, Geraldo Pa, a Matt Harvey, Zach Greinke, JT Martinez, Brandon Moore, a David Freese, Matt Carpenter, Hunter Strickland.
This is actually the one that's a little
Thicker.
Anyway, let me get ahead of you.
Okay, we have a Wally Joyner. We have a Ryan Kessler, a Mason Raymond. We have a. This goes to you, Kurt Young.
Oh yes, it does. Because anything that I'm sure we have.
Dude, barn here.
Yep. And if it isn't one that I'd accept in a trade, it gets shredded.
Jose Rijo.
And Douglas knows, and he's okay with it. He thinks it's funny.
Britt Hedican. A Dean Kennedy.
A lot of them.
Brian Downing. Well, there's another one, I think. All four corners are pretty.
They're all dinged up.
Pretty soft. Roberto Luongo. Les Lancaster.
I'm more worried about the
Keith Hodges. Brad Arnson. We have a John Kowinski.
And that's what it looks like when I'm done.
Yeah, I bought him a good shredder. Ron Davis. And then Alan Harrigan-Stamar. And it's great because my mother was going to buy him a shredder. And then I bought him a shredder like a few...
Actually, Grandma was going to buy me a shredder for Christmas.
Or I thought it was your birthday. Because I bought you that for $25 for your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Yep.
It was really, really good when you bought it at a second-hand store.
Yep.
It works awesome.
$25. Made sure that it worked before I got it, just to be sure. And it worked, so I bought it. We have a Jeremy Hernandez. We have a Bip Roberts. We have a...
We don't have that card.
The Rattlesnake.
We don't have that set, actually. New set.
2001 WWF.
Yep.
We have a Mike Flanagan. We have a Herm Winningham. Orlando Merced. We have a Mike Munoz. A Todd Hudley. A Tim Belcher. A Rod Nichols. A Mike Morgan. A Nick Iseske. A Scott Gomez. Greg Briley. A Mike Schooler. A Dave Val. A Keith Arthurton. A Mark Clark, a Scott Sanderson, a Pat Lennon, a Jose De Leon. It's another one. Darren Green, Chad Curtis, Rene Gonzalez. We have Pat Mahomes, Tom Brunski. There's another one. Ray Langford.
Oh, yeah, we're getting a little...
Jimmy Key.
Ooh, I've got a heck of a crease in that one. Douglas over, please.
Juan Jimenez. That man right there.
That man right there.
Mark Carrier. Yeah, these two. Luis Poliano. Mariano Duncan. Alexander Elder. Don East. Pat Falloon. Or Farron, a Glenn Murphy, Artis Ibre, Keith Carney, Tim Lowering, a Bruce Hurst, checklist.
Let's go.
Sean Dunstan, and we have a Jeff Offerdahl. Alright, we have a Gary Gaetti, we have a Ritz Sutcliffe, Tim Leary, a Roger McDonald, a Ray Quinos, J.P. Dermott, a Mike Witt, Manny Trillo, a Gary Wayne, Hoobie Brooks, Nelson Savtabo, a Greg Vaughn, George Hendricks, a Tommy Herr, Lee Stevens. I'm gonna let you judge this one. Nelson Santanovan.
No, that one's okay.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
Sean Dunstan. We have Mike Witt. So Camposano, a Doug DeCenzo, Danny Darwin, a Alex Goligoski, a Glenn Barker, a Chris Cordelio, a Mike Smithson, Joe Johnson, top corner. A Mark Clear.
Yep.
A Bob Boone.
Johnson's leave.
A Pete O'Brien. Terry Pendleton. A Dwight Evans. A Marty Barrett. A Romano Martinez. Glenn Davis. Bobby Witt Sr. Bobby Bonilla. Milt Thompson. Mike Scott. Lee Gooderman. Bo Jackson.
Nice.
Mark Langston.
Those are always good.
Manny Chilio. Craig Lefferts. Bob Walk. Jeff Blauser. We have a Harold Baines. Gary Pettis. Greg Reynolds. Tommy Herr. Vaughn Hayes. Dennis Cook. Gary Sheffield. Tim Salmon. Luis Salazar. A Candy Maldonado. A Steve Trout. Jeff Hamilton. Tommy Henzo. A Vincent Brown. And a Brett Saberhagen. We have a Dave LaPointe, Barry Jones, Lenny Harris, Mark Davis, Eric King, a Kevin Ramon, a Rod Langley, a Greg Horgan, a Jim Selak, a Radnick Foxa, a Ryan Sutter, a Katie Witherson, a Connor Hallebuck, Pest Goalie, Roland, a Eric Haula, Derek Stephen, a Thomas Tatter, a Ollie Mata. Sorry, we have a Ryan McDowell for the Lightning, a Jason Palmerville, Andrew Ladd, Jake Dubinsky, a Jeff Skinner, Alexander Weinberg, Alonzo Kopitar, Nicholas Backstrom, Patrick Kane,
You mean Anze Kopitar?
Kevin Hayes, Devin Dubinica, and a Tuukka Rask.
Ooh, Tuukka.
We have Cecil Fielder getting carried on by the chicken. We have this man right here.
Greg Jeffers. No, Greg Vaughn. Greg Vaughn.
We have a Sam Kefila, Bill Campbell, Mike Socia, Larry Anderson, Roy Smiley, a Bruce Kisson, a Bruce Gossage, Buddy Bell, a Steve Lyons, a Brett Saberhagen, Rob Dibble, a Mark Newfield. We have a John Fonko, a Brett Saberhagen, a Greg Harris, a Brady Anderson, John Patterson, a Andy Van Slyke, Brian Mayer, a Lenny Dykstra, a Jeff Robinson, a Jeff Parrott. We have a Future Stars, Randall Kerchunk.
Randall Gritchick.
As I said, Kerchunk. Brian Leach. A Mark Flathery. We have a Steve Lambdosi. We have a Lamar Hoyt. And we have a Bill Steen. We have a Jim Rice, Steve Sachs, Pete O'Brien, a Jim Morris, Obey McDonald, Jose Lind, Brian Fisher, Vaughn Hayes, Jim Gantner, Glenn Braggs, Mark Williamson,
I think we forgot to tell him it's going to be a long
John
one.
Farrell, Corey Snyder. Why is that? We're only 20 minutes in.
And there's still lots to go.
Mark Giordano. Tell me how many packs exactly. Gerald Billis. We got a mascot. We got the A's mascot named
about 54.
Wow. Randall
This
Pinchik,
was a big box.
Steve
Sent us a
Parsi,
lot of stuff here.
Garth Igor,
Garth
Gen Hodges,
Plus, he sent stuff for different channels.
Alexander Moginley. Really?
Yep, that is going to get sent out in with all their stuff through the breaks.
Which means we don't have to do that.
They will not be done.
Perfect.
I've already sent the ones aside.
Tarvanian. So there's 54 with the one set aside?
Nope.
Without the one set aside.
Yeah, the ones set aside are not included in the 54.
And gross. Oh, okay. Dion Phaneuf. A Mark Norman. We have Jerry Rice. We have him. Eric Metcalf. And a Percy Snow. Ooh, sorry. And a Bobby Hibbert. Head. We have a Mateo Veras. We have a Ryan Johansson. Nikita Kucherov. Richard Bauer. Jonathan Toews. Alex DeBrincat. A Jake Grunskill. Ryan O'Reilly. Cam Atkins. Tyler Pratt. Paul Goldschmidt. A Christian Yacht. A Justin Verlander. A Tristan McKenzie. We have Trevor Story. Josh James. Jose Barrios. Vladimir Tarasenko. Kevin Pillar for the Jays.
Nice. Superman.
We have a Matt Murray. A Frederick Anderson. A Jeff Carter. A Ryan Murray. Taylor Vidner. A Chris Davis. A Matt Chapman. Salvador Perez. A Nolan Ryan. Ivanyi Gustantsev. And another Christian Yelich.
That one done?
This one is done.
Okay, give me 2 seconds here. Okay.
Okay, we have an Alan Zinter. We have a Julian Vasquez, Brooke Fortis, Joe Ventello, a Darren Burton, a Matt Rubel, John Thomas, Roberto Aranda, Gary Hyman, a Joey Mayer, Mike Flanagan, a Lance McCullers, Cecilio Garanto, a Leon Duran, a Ed Nunez, a Mike Smithson, silver signature of Peter Selleck, another silver signature of Ryan Whitney. We have a Eric Carlos, Dave Parker, we have Kevin Mitchell, we have a Robbie Thompson, we have a Ron Hassey, we have a checklist.
Let's go.
George Brett, Benito Santiago, we have Don Mattingly, Pedro Guerrero, we have a Ryan Sandberg, we have a Brett Butler, okay, we have the New Jersey Devils. We have a King. We have Randy McKay. A Alex Tervino. Ulf Nilsson. A Neil Breton. Felix Potvin. A Stuart Lavin. A Brad Delgarno. A Joe Ranke. Scott Gordon. We have Brett Hall. A Kirk Miller. A Jason Souls, a Sergei Pedronenko, we have an Ian Duncan, Randy Gillen, a John Chabot, a Robin Reger,
Bergera.
a Mark Sivad, a Dion Phaneuf, another Dion Phaneuf, Rico Fata, Ron Weddelin, Dave Anderson, Eddie Murray, Steve Finley, Eddie Murray, Reggie Jackson, and a Mark Giordano.
Now with the Leafs. Unfortunately, the rest of the Leafs don't know how to play right now.
Who are we talking about?
You make me laugh.
No, what player are we talking about?
Giordano.
Which one's Giordano? Because this is Mark Strom.
No, Mark Giordano, the last one.
Move on. Dave Schmidt, Steve Engel, Dave Drevecki, Jeff Schmaltz, Greg Jeffries, Jay Howell, a Kurt Stilling, Gary Templeton, a Tom Newell, Tim Tufel, Dale Murphy, Steve Lamberdozzi, Alvin Davis, Jesse Orozco, a Dion James, Skeeter Barnes, a Nicholas Lidstrom, a Gary Sheffield, these two again. Who are they?
Which two?
I don't know, but it's a checklist. Barry Bonds and Andy Van Slyke. We have
Pretty good guys, actually.
we have the Pirates, the Cardinals, the Tigers, Ernie Witt. I have to give this one to you. You're gonna be the checker.
What?
Jeff Reese.
Oh, that one's alright.
We have Wendell Clark, Ernie Riles, Cliff Floyd, Dwayne Ward. EJ, come fill up my water, please.
Coming, princess.
Hey, buddy, I'm doing this all. Zip it. I can feel my jaw muscles growing.
Where's your water?
Okay.
There's the cup. We have a Kevin Reimer. We have a Mark Parent, Matt Noakes, Steve Lake, Steve Finley, Greg Walker, a Patrice Brodis, Alex Tremmel, a Mike Marshall, Luis Gonzalez, a Jack McDowell, Kirk Gibson, Randy Vallard, a Reggie Harris, Jerry Brown, Jeff Montgomery, a Rob Deere. We have a Doug Drayback, Jim Lawrence, a Ron Robinson, Jim Lyretz, a Mike Benjamin, Leo Gomez, Kevin Ritz, Billy Hatcher, Jay Bell, a Jack Girardi, a Rich Montalon. We have this one right here, Bo Jackson,
Nice.
and a Rick Warona. Most that was all baseball players.
Perfect. Makes it easier for me to go through and sort them.
Okay, we have a Martin St. Louis. Thank you. We have a Atlanta Knights. We have a Kevin Apier, Carlton Fisk,
You're a little crooked.
Eric King. Perfect. Lonnie Chisenhall, Julio Vala, a Jeff Montgomery, Danny Darwin, a Dante Cole. We have a Grant Marshall, Mike Ridley, Dave West, Gustavin Nyquist. We have Mark Stone, Logan Contour. We have a Mike Smith, David Peralta, a Bobby Witt Sr., Willie Upshaw, Doug Jones, Kim Betty, Kevin Gross. We have a Jeff Rudin, a Ozzie Smith, Kevin Mitchell. We have Mitch Webster, Ron Hainsey, a Todd Kruger, and a Brian Hallman. Father.
Yep. Yep.
We have a Travis Fryman, a Jeff Husson, a Mark Davis, Jeff Parrott, a Nelson Santano, Randy Myers, Toby Hara. We have Darren Lewis, a Randy Million, a Ken Williams, Billy Ripken, Mikhail Kurabansky. We have a Todd White, Denny Martinez, Tom Glavine. We have Lee Smith. We have a Cecil Fielder. We have a Julio Franco, Wade Boggs, a Wally Joyner, Clarman Castillo, Wally Bachman, Dave Smith, a Eddie Williams, a Ron Washington, a John Russell, a Larry Hernan, a Andy McGaffigan, Curtis Wilkerson, Wade Boggs, and a Wilson Alvarez. Okay, we have a Ryan McDowell. We have a Brad Pennington, Matt Anderson, Jason Alderson, a Culvio Varas. We have a Jerome Tolliver. We have an Eric Reitenbach, a Randy Curtis, a Dax Jones, Mike Farmer, Kevin Tarter. We have a Joel Emerson, a John Popper, a Braid Emerson. I'm going to speed up.
That's what you want.
So we're half an hour in, and we still have tons of packs.
Yep.
Okay, we have a Marcus Johansson, a Valerie Nicholson, a Dustin Brown, a Matt Nesson, a Danny DeKaiser, a Zdeno Chara. We have a Nick Fulgan. We have a Chris Higgins. We have a Steve Stemek. We have a Brad Tyler, a Kevin Seitzer, a Tyler Johnson, top corner, Patrick Marlowe. We have a Brock Nelson. We have a Vladimir Tarasenko, a Zach Kasson, and a Vladimir Sobotka. The pack's also done.
Yep. Johnson sleeved.
Okay, we have a Tim Burke, we have a Greg Bird, we have a Bob Malenik, a Brad Kaminsky, a Danny Turnbull, we have a Toby Hara, we have a Urban Logo, a Mike Davis, a Richard Dotson, a Andre David, a Jay Howell, a Bill Kruger, a Tim Tufal, a Mike Bailey, a Doc Gooden, we have a Tino Martinez. We have a Ron Gant, a Keith Moreland. We have a Andy Allenson, a Roger McDowell, a Ken Caminetti, a Joaquin Andujar. We have a Shredder.
You have a Shredder?
Jeff Russell.
Jeff Russell, eh? Okay.
There you go.
I'm going Jeff.
Corners.
Yeah.
Another Jeff Russell.
Huge Shredder.
We have Mike Pagdalario. We have a Frank Tanana. We have a Bob Boone. We have a Ron Oyster. We have a Scott Fletcher, a Brian Harvey. That's packed.
Might have to get AJ to help me in a minute.
Did you hear that, AJ?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna shorten these so we have more room to place packs.
Yep.
Okay, we have a Larry Walker, we have a Lodis Marcies, a Dave Fleming, a John Vanderwall, an Anthony Young, a Mickey Brantley, a Gary Ward, a Randy Bush. We have a Frank Viola. We have a Walt Weiss. We have a Jamie Navadio, a Mike Heath, a Paul Gibson, a John Kirk, a Les Lancaster, a Trevor Wilson, Greg Olson, a Alvin Davis. We have a Bob McClure, a Tom Candiotti, a Reggie Williams. We have a Benji Gill with a Mickey Lassen and a Mike Hoffman, a Jim Abbott. That's the one-handed one, correct?
Yes, correct.
We have
Should be
a
in the Hall of Fame.
Joe Cardi. We have a Steve Forster. Checklist.
Let's go.
We have a Doug Platt and a Randy Johnson. Johnson.
Johnson.
Here, you can take the rest of the pile too.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Johnson sleeved.
Okay, we have a AJ.
Yo.
You want to take over for this pack?
Yeah, sure.
For a couple packs, you mean?
I don't really care. My butt hurts from sitting on a table. I think you can after this
From
pack.
table dancing?
Grabbing a better pillow.
Hello, everybody.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Josh
He's back.
Waitzel.
Josh
Got a-
Waitzel's back.
Felipe Ardet. Oh, Ardet. Rick Aguilera. Al Holland. Danny Jackson. Don Robinson. Goose Gossage. Mark Salas. Dave Rucker. Phil Necro. Alfredo Griffin. Craig Reynolds. Don Baylor. Craig Nettles. Len Matsuzak. Ken Dixon. George Frazier. Steve Bedrosen. Pedro Guerrero. Greg Olson. Got a Darnell Coles. Dan Gladden. Eric Shaw. John Dobson. Scott Bankhead. Mike Devereaux. Ken Griffey Sr. George Foster. We got a Mike Rossiter. And we got an Anthony Garfagino. Stop. We got a Harold Reynolds. Matthew Lombardi. Joe Pavelski. Ronald Torres. Peter Mueller. Got a Terry Mitchell. Rob Blake. Tommy Herr. Mike Rockford. Scotty Upshaw. Dave Stewart. Mickey Morandini. Moises Alou. Tino Martinez. Got a Matt Noakes. Wayne Simmons. Bip Roberts. Steve Saxophone. Wes Chamberlain. Nikita Kucherov. Juan Gon. Mickey Tettleton. Yoni Pekkanen. Got a Chris Draper. Larry Murphy. Paul Stastny. Jim Sandlack. Joe Mullen. Connor Brown. And a Bernard Gilkey.
Sorry.
All good.
Trying to stay ahead, that's all.
Jeff Blauser. Eric Plunk. Junior Naboa. Vaughn Hayes. John Moses. Bobby Bonilla. Keith Miller. Lance McCullers. Jerry Don Gleaton. Alan Anderson. Dave Stewart.
Stand up. See ya. Better?
I don't know what was that. Kenny Rogers. Rick Aguilera. Got a Todd Burns. Todd Burns. Sean Bosky. Dave Hollins. Got a Kent Merker. Tim Nearing. Julia Valera. Tom Prince. Gerald Perry. Michael Lacoste. Rick Vive, Raymond Martinez, Kent Herbeek, Sweet Lou, Pat Combs, Bob Guerin, Junior Ortiz, Dave Justice.
I don't know where he went, so.
I don't know. Brian Harvey. I'll continue
Find
going.
a pillow for your butts.
Brian Harvey. For his butt.
For his butt.
Melado Perez. Mitch Williams. Jeff Russell. Omar Vizquel. Andre Dawson. Jeff Reardon. Hector Villanueva. Peter Ryan. Howard Johnson.
Johnson. Hojo.
Yep. Edwin Nunez. Robin Ventura. Joe Girardi. Rick Roussel.
Johnson
Floyd Bannister. Floyd Bannister. Triplets. Rick Roussel. Rick Roussel's. 3 more.
Okay, that's what, we don't want that, Douglas.
Tracy Jones. Carlton Fisk. Danny Jackson. Rex Hudler.
1 or 2, but not 3 or 4.
Bob Melvin. Ernie Riles. And we got Brad Holman. Dad, we didn't get 3 or 4, we got 5.
Same thing.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. Chet Lemon. Don Mattingly. Scott Laius.
Yeah.
Eric Young. Kent Marker. Jeff Hewson. Charlie Hayes. Rafael Pomero. Derek Morse. Rex Hudler. Mike Benjamin. Carlos Garcia. Steve Farr. Leon Durham. Alex Kovalev. Jason Spezza. Steve Ott. Mike Scott Cervas. John Smoltz. Juan Gon. BJ Wallace. Derek Lilliquist. Fred McGriff.
Crime Dog.
Dwayne Henry. Joe Orslack. Kevin McReynolds. Ricky Bones. Tony Gwynn. Sean Dunston. George Bell. We got Andy Stanowich.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
You good?
For now.
Your butt's all warmed up again?
No.
Okay, we'll get AJ or JR back to do a bunch more here.
Sorry, you always need to stay hydrated, kids.
What you're doing, you need to be hydrated for, but
Talking.
looking for pillows, tires out.
No, talking is very dehydrating. So is eating just taco shells. I knew you had to talk.
That's what you were doing.
Okay, we have opening day. We have Suarez Wilson. Jesus Rodriguez. That sounds like an actual name.
Probably is.
Theodore Estrada. Glenn a Juan Yepes. We have an Andrew Golino. We have a Cody Eakin, a Joe Pavelski, a Jaden Sanchez, a Alexander Simon, a Joe Pavelski, TJ Oshie, Henry Ramos, a Luis Castillo. We have Brandon Belt, Jordan Alvarez, Andy Benz, a Trey Turner, Adrian Hauser, Marquise Simeon. We have he only played for us for a year. Cody Bellinger, a Marcus Strawman, a Tyler Rogers, Amir Garrett, a Dinelson Lamont, a Patrick Sandoval, a Mitch Graber, Lorenzo Ken, Justin Verlander, Aldolis Garcia. We have just one set in this pack.
Yeah, there's a couple like that.
We have a Clark MacArthur, Marquise Johansson, a Ryan McDough, a Jonathan Gerber.
Ryan McDonough.
Oh, well. Nick Bonilla, Marek Zidlicki, Kevin Schatzenkirk.
Pillow don't work?
Okay, we got a Tyler Johnson. What's up?
Said the pillow don't work?
No. Now I have stuff in between my toes. Vladimir Tarasenko.
What?
You know the stitching on the inside?
Oh.
Gustav Knight. What?
Why?
I don't know. You think I'm doing it on purpose?
No.
Andrew Shaw,
Obviously.
Andy Green, Brandon Dubinsky, Travis Zajac, Jonathan Erickson, a Vladimir Tarasenko, a Jonathan McCannon, a Vladimir Tarasenko, a Nicholas Jahal Morrison, a Braden Holtby,
Johnson sleeved.
a Miguel Graminer, a Oliver Ekman Larson, a Mats Zuccarello, a Alexander Boros, a Chris Higgins, a Zdeno Chop, a Rich Peverly, a Valeri Nichushchenki, Valery Nikoskin, and a Danny Tresky. Here.
That's all hockey, right?
Yes, it's all that set.
Cool. Oh, that's good.
We have
Well,
Davis
that's the whole
Gooden,
set.
Kurt Schilling. No, we've had a lot of those cards before. I mean, we're having a lot of those. We'll have a lot of those cards in the future.
You think?
I think
Maybe.
so. I think so. Just call it an intuition. Mo Sanford, a DJ Dozer, a Mark Gallagher, a Jeff Ballard, a Jim Bollinger, a Tyler Enos, a Willie Frazier, Dave Akbad, Brent Fedek, him, Igor Masnikov, Carlton Fisk, Mose Haas, a Jim Lindman, Charles Hudson, Larry McWilliams, Kevin McReynolds. We have a Dennis Flesner, a Terry Pendleton, Jose Canseco. We have a Bobby Smith, a Billy Smith, a Kevin Bass, Jeff Shaw. Hey!
Jeff Shaw, let's go.
We have a Mike Moore. We have a Brian Harvey. We have a Alex Cole. And I have a Tim Bruinski.
I wonder if Douglas realized he sent me a Jeff Shaw.
I don't think he did. I don't think he realized
either,
it.
because he would have put it separate.
I think so. Fudja. Here you go.
Catching up now, finally.
We have a Shredder card almost immediately.
Almost immediately.
Dennis Powell at one corners.
Yeah.
Darryl Strawberry. Pete Incaviglia.
Chewing on that corner.
We have a Lonnie Smith. A Chris Cordero. We have a Jeff Monsunas. A Tony Womack. A Ugath Urbina. A Timothy Rock Reigns. We have Wade Boggs. We have a Fred Lynn. We have a Patrick O'Sullivan. We have a Mike Johnson up at the top. We have a Rick Honeycutt. We have Ray Tibbs, or Jay Tibbs. We have a Billy Beans. A Rich Gedman. We have a Tim Hillett.
Johnson sleeved.
Okay. Hewlett. We have a Paul O'Neill. We have a Carney Lansford. We have a Tom Brookins. We have a Claudel Washington. We have Hoobie Bucks. We have Dale Murphy. We have a Kenny Rogers. A Darrell Evans. A Greg Briley. A Don Paul. A Teddy Higuera. And a Dan Pasqua. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, we have a...
Actually, you know what? There's not many shredders in here, so I'm happy.
I agree. Sometimes. We have a Mike Schmidt.
Sometimes.
Kiki Hernandez.
Kiki.
Ben Blodall. Mike Guillermo. A Brad Erdman. A Rondell White. Benji Gill. We have a Mike Edwards. A Tim Worrell. A Earl Cunningham. A Chris Gaps. A Brandon Wilson. We have a Saul
We should change your
Slapa
name.
Voy.
Why?
I don't know.
Didn't you date a girl named Kiki?
Wow.
Thought he did. Steve Mason.
Don't know what chairs I want.
David Krajewski. A Paul Martin. A
Well, then
Martin
we should
Hensel.
name You two.
A Sheen
Sir
Moynihan.
Wayne and Princess.
Sir Wayne?
Yeah, because he whines a lot.
That means your last name would be Kiki Wayne. Ryan Murray.
That sounds like some Asian lady.
Ilya Blazenkarov. Brent Seabrook. Jonathan Gervey. That was a good one. That's my entire comedy skit for this video. That's all I got.
Is Kiki wet?
No.
I just hopped on to AJ's joke and kept riding.
Kept riding her.
Radim Verbata, a Derek Wall, a Pascal Dupis, a James Reimer, a Brad Boyles, Zach Rinaldo, Dennis Weidman, and a Peter Mirazek. Peter Mirazek.
Mrazek?
Yeah, Mirazek.
Peter Mrazek. Sorry, are you waiting for me?
Yeah. I don't have two hands here.
You do.
Oh,
I know, it's because I don't have four hands. I am so sorry.
exactly.
Princess. Stop.
Yeah.
Whatever, Mrs. Wang.
It's
You're
Kiki.
Princess Wah.
His name is Kiki Wen.
Yeah, your name is Princess Wang.
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
No, it's mine. I'm yours.
They're actually mine.
Would I be able to have one, sir?
Sure, you can both have one.
Wayne Wallison.
Sure, what color you want?
Ah.
I'm going to show everybody what they are so they can
They're,
see what you're munching on.
turkeys.
I love me some sour
With Patrick
turkeys.
Kim. With Sean Abner.
Oh yeah, that's always good to have in your mouth when you're talking yet.
Okay, we have a Charles Hull, a Daryl Ackersfield, a Gary Reedus, a Tom Browning, Marcus Nodson, a Mickey Hatcher, a Tyson Berry.
Okay.
We have a Devin Setoguchi.
Is it a Gucci?
Yes, sir.
Gucci Coo.
We have a Melon Lukic.
Lucci.
We have a David Legwand, a Trent Hunter, Brett Hall. We have this man right here, Thomas Forsland. We have Mark Recchi. We have a Jair Lume.
Yerke Lume.
I got the last name right.
Mm-hmm.
Rondo Petrovic, Mark Morrow, Andre Mesolats, Libor Polasek, Steve Woods, Tracy Warnock, Rod Brindamar, and Chris Pryor, Doug Wilson, and Ted Derby.
think we should split I think we should split part 1 into 2 parts. Part 1 and part 1 2.
There's only 27 left.
Wow, there's only 27 left.
Yeah, let's go, Jer.
Okay, we have a
Thomas Valak, a Brandon Sutter, a Kari Lettman. We've been Alec Martinez,
Actually, there's
Cody
32
Perry.
left.
Oh my god, so much more.
Did you do this set? Did you do this one?
27.
It's one you just gave me, right?
And this also does not help with him constantly asking, "Hey, did you do this?"
Well, because I've got so many, I'm opening them and giving them to you and taking the ones you give me and reorganizing them. And
Blah, 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 blah.
That's all I hear.
and what are you doing over there, AJ?
Do you want me to do something? I'll
Yeah.
do something if you want me to do something.
Sure,
Give him another sport.
I will.
Kim Atkinson, a Matt Molson, a Patrick Evans. We've been
Thank you, man.
Alejandro Pena, Denny Martinez, a Eric Davis, Larry Owen, a Buddy Biancon, a Bob Tukensberry, a Michael Lloyd, a Chris Aker, a Matt Hotterby, a Stan Javier, a Martin Parado, Todd Ellick, a Doug Brown, a Glenn Wargett, a Rob Niedermeyer, a Jan Alexino, a Murray Cribben, a Chris Owings. We've been DJ Stewart. We have a Sonny Gray. We have a Chris Davis and a Brandon Strawford.
You can go fast to get again if you want. You won't go fast, my mama
We have
says
a
I
John
go
Farrell.
fast.
We have a Mel Hall. We have a Jeff Treadaway. We got a John Franco. We have a Harold Baines. We have a Julio Miranda. We have a Francisco Cabrera. We have a Dave Smith. We have a Pat Kelly. We have
Trying to make it so that way it doesn't all fall over.
I don't think they want to know.
Staples.
Okay, we have a Frank Viola and Ernie Jones. We have the Tigers. We have a Lou Whitaker. We have a Tom Price. We have a Vaughn Hayes, Steve Lamborza, a Otis Nixon, Sean Abner. We have a Tom Browning. We have a Bill Shanton. We have a Jeff Branson. We have a Willie McGee. We have a Donnie Hill. We have a Jack Dowdery. We have a Kenny Felder. We have a Milt Thompson, a Todd Burns. We have a Pedro Saranto. We have a Bob James, and we have a Brian Fisher.
And then we have a...
No, now we have a mess because he just kind of threw them off to the side, so now he's got to clean them up before he can give them to me.
Jeez, Jerry. Stop making a mess.
I'm gonna make a mess that way I go faster. We have a Phil Brantley, a Tim Burke, we have a Greg Pryor, we have a George Brock, we have a Rick Saron, we have a John Whitaker, we have a Glenn Davis, we have a Jay Tibbs, we have a Roger Mason, we have a Jim Wolford, we have a Brian Smith, we have a Bob Rogers, we have a Benji Gill, we have a Brian Williams, we have a Brian Jordan, we have a Ruben Alvar Jr., we have a Chris Gardner, we have a Mike Socio, we have a Brian Dewitt, we have a Ken Griffey Sr., we have a John Wenner, we have a Jason McFarlane, we have a Barry Miller, we have a Ken Wirrett, we have a Patrick Lime, we have a Martin Staraka, we have a Julio Varela, we have a Scott Cooper, we have a Reggie Sanders, we have a Reggie Jefferson, we have a Victor Vargil.
Victor Vargil. Nice.
Thank you.
I hear a lot of quietness.
Okay, we have a Eric Thimes, we have a Brandon Geyer, we have a Brady Anderson, we have a Greg Simpson, we have a Blake Rutherford, we have a Glenn Wilson, we have a Danny Valencia, we have a Matt Bush, we have a Brian Goodwin, we have a Luis Castillo, we have a Chris Joseph, we have a David Price, we have a Brendan Point, we have a Steve Balboni, we have a Deion James, we have a Jeff Robinson, we have a Juan Bellinger, we have a Ken Urbichfeld, we have a Todd Ellick, we have a Bobby Panera, we have a Tim Mowry, we have a Joey Hamilton, we have a Manny Cora, we have a Homer Bush, a Tim Parker, we have a Ryan Trigger, we have a Phil Dolphin, we have a Calvin Reese, and we have
Philadelphia?
Jamie Dismuke.
Philadelphia?
Do you have me say Philadelphia?
You did say Philadelphia.
I know.
Dumb.
See, now the problem with you making such a mess is it takes a long time now.
It's gonna take a long time anyway. Who just did that?
Okay, we.
What?
Farted.
Oh, buddy.
Sounded
That's
like
my chair.
your chair needs to stop farting.
Ryan Miller, we have a Stamus, we have
Ignoring
a
people, that's what I do.
Daryl Ackersfield, we have a Jesse Haster, we have a Mark Carrier, we have a Don Carey, we have a Jesse Haster, we have a John Smiley, we have a Brett Jones, we have a Jim Price, we have a Brian Harper, we have a Andy Moto, we have a Ken Nipper, we have a Rick Muller, we have a Mike Hahneman, we have a Wally Joyner, we have a Trevor Wilson, we have a Gerald Perry, we have a Jose Rio, we have a Jack Howell, we have an Andre Burrett, we have a Scott Terry, we have a Gary Carter.
No, it's Gary.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. I was close, but then I got it wrong.
You're right, you did.
Half points?
No.
We don't
Pardon?
I'm gonna fail. Rick Aguilera, we got a Jose Lind, we have a Craig Lefferts, we have a Mike McFarland, we have a Melvin Hovitt, we have a Francisco Bello, we have a Willie Randolph, we have a Ozzie Smith.
I think these ones better go near the end. Because I just found some numbered cards.
No. Those go in there.
I know those go in
Yeah,
there.
right at the end. Not at the end your end, but my end.
They're actually really hard to see.
Exactly, so I'll probably gloss over them. Yeah, so just put them at the end. Put them there.
I'm going to put them in sleeves right now.
Okay, and
I
then
don't
you
think-
put them
I
at
don't think
the...
Douglas realized that they were numbered.
Then they're next.
They're next.
Miguel Berdeker? Yeah, they're next after the Walt Turrell pile.
Yeah.
In Chicago Cubs, we have a Tanner O'Rourke, we have a Gerald Dyson, we have a Dodgers, we have a Corey Seager, we have a Wilson Ramos, we have a Martin Perez, we have a Taylor Motter, we have a Pete Smith, we have a Tom Kerr, we have a Miguel Montero, we have a Josh Harrison, we have a Taylor Motter, we have a Matt Bush, we have a Brian Goodwin, we have a Stephen Wright, we have a Vandy Malkin, we have a Carl Soderberg, we have a Brian Schroeder, we have a Victor Alvison, we have a Nico Hertzer. I don't know. We have a Artemi Pandari. We have a Jeff Lozano. We have a Pablo Sandoval. We have a Saul Romano. We have a Brandon Morrow. We have a Luis Gargio. We have a Durham Jackson, and we have a Keith Yandel. Here.
Those are really shiny cards all in there.
Yep.
I think they should have waited till the end.
Oh well. And you're not changing it either.
No.
Okay, we have a Garrett Anderson, we have a Jose Rivera, we have a Mike Sims, we have a Brian Hunter, we have a Dennis Rasmussen, we have a Charlie Gruber, we have a Bob Welch, we have a Dan Pasquale, we have a Mel Hall, we have a Pete Ladd, we have a Randy Milligan, we have a Tony Armas, we have a John Orton, we have a Nelson Santorva, we have a Tracis Woodson, we have a Brian Downing, we have an Ed Sprague, we have a Jason Zucker, we have a Spike Owen, we have a Mika Zerdanjo, we have a Ben Bishop, we have a Alvin Davis, we have a Bill Landrum, we have a Mike Flanagan, we have a Daryl Boston, a Willie Hernandez, a Steve Lombardozzi, we have a Kevin Reddy, we have a Rob Murphy, and we have an Andres Lee.
Yeah, but some of these packs should have been waiting to near the end more.
Oh, well.
Mhm.
Darn. We have a Jeff Husson. We have a Wally Bachman. We have a Tim D-Rock Raines. Okay, we have a Mickey Hartley, a Tom Edens. We have a Chuck Malone, a Michael Hatcher, a Jeff M. Robinson, a Wayne Edwards. We have a Pascal Perez. We have a Lee Stevens. We have a... Ooh, sorry.
We have a Woosari. Don't know him.
Yeah, well, his name is going to be Woosari because he doesn't want to show on the screen. We have a Gene Nelson.
He's shy.
We have a Randy Reddy. Exactly. We have a George Brett. We have a Asmus Chapman's Nelson Robinson. We have a Harrison. We have a groundbreaking, so that's the White Sox. We have a Jerry Dalgleaton. We have a Steve Sachs. We have a Randy Reddy. We have a Warren Moon. We have a Bronze, I don't know, Julio Varela. We have a Jeff Schultz, a Tony Pena. We have a Jim Thatcher. We have a Brian Arneson. We have a Steve Farr. We have a Bubba McDowell. Here.
Bubba? You got a Bubba?
Bubba.
You got a Bubba?
Got a Bubba.
I think that's green parallel, too.
It is. It's Parker's. They call it Emerald.
Emerald Ace.
You can take a little bit of a break now, Dad.
No, I can't.
Jack Armstrong. We have a Chad Curtis. We have a Mike Kubikso.
Dad doesn't get a break.
We have an Anthony Young. We have a Hector Varjado. That seems like your fault.
Oh, they ain't gonna get done, are they?
Moises Alou. We have a Al Shirley. We have a Jim Anderson. We have a Scott Bletchell. We have a Ken Caminetti. We have a Willie Randolph. We have a Don Paul. We have a Randy Myers. We have a Steve Bedrosen. We have a Brian Harvey, a Jeff Russell, a Jose Canseco, a Tom Nedroto. We have a Rich Gedman. We have a John Franco. We have a Craig Biggio, a J.P. Howell, a Mike Felder, a Tom Candiotti, a Dave Fleming, a Alan Watson, a Scott Brasius. We have a Jeff Branson, a Nelson Santovenia. We have a Kyle Abbott.
Santovenia.
Okay, we have a Damon Langskaw. We have a Pat Quinn. Checklist!
Let's go.
We have a Alan Pedersen. We have a Robin Fiera. We have an Alt Jenkin. We have a Doug Waite. We have a Craig Woolen. We have a Kelly Johansson. We have a Jan Exerson. We have a David Brown. We have a Pele Eklund. We have a Pedro Turin. We have a Jeffrey Lupal. We have a Dave Pearson. We have a Dustin Blufflo. We have a Yuri Hudler. We have a Matthew Labardi. A Craig Simpson. We have a Peter Agertodi. We have a Kelly Hurdy. We have a Jason Hamill. A Tyler Myers. A Chris Lee Puma. A Ryan Getzlaff. We have a Peter Scarico. We have a Rod Langway, a Cliff Ronning, a Paul Broughton, a Jeff Rudden, and a silver signature of a Ryan O'Reilly.
We should have counted how many packs there was altogether.
I don't know.
Bet you there's about 500 cards, probably, at least.
This video is going to be
Because you figure each one of these has 25 to 30. And there's what? 5, 10, 15, 20. Wait. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then the extras.
Try to make this sub 2 hours.
So that's 5. Yeah, there's there's a lot.
There's
Maybe
52.
more.
52 last time you counted, so I'm going to say 75.
What?
Packs. Walt Turrell, a Eric Prilio.
Oh no, there's got to be more than that.
You say 100?
Oh, at least.
A Bob Brown, a Derek Olquist, a Chili Davis. We have a Sid Bream. We have a Ken Dixon, a Fred Burnett. We have a Howard Ballard. We have a Michael Brooks, a Freeman McNeil, a Rodney Holman. We have a Eric Briley. We have a Seth Joyner. We have a Carwell Garden. We have a Kevin Napier. We have a Julio Varela. We have a Edgar Martinez. We have a Pete Stanikel. We have a Scott Erickson, a Eric Hansen. We have a Dave Valet. We have a Joe Orslack. We have a Mike Fitzgerald, Paul O'Neill, Hoobie Brooks, Greg Harris, John Dobson, Candy Maldonado, Robbie Thompson.
I'm gonna say there's at least probably been 1,000 cards anyway
Oh, yay.
in this video.
I know. So far. I think that's a coffee stain.
What?
Coffee stain.
Oh, from me.
Nope. Top.
What is a stain? Billy Owens. I better keep it for now, because I'm not sure if we need it. I don't mind having a damaged card for my own collection, our own collection, until we can get a better copy. But it's not something I would trade to somebody else.
The card that I'm talking about is this one right here, Billy Owens.
There's a stain up at the very top there, along the top edge.
We have a Henrique sit-in. We have a Henrique Lilquist. We have a Corey Snyder. A Vladimir Tarasenko. Did you do these ones? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
We have a Vladimir Tarasenko, a Taylor Hall. We have a Sam Gagner. We have a Cullen Mond, a Chad Birch. We have an Emmeter Smith. We have a Ken Nwagu, Josh Palmer, a Trey McKitty, a Terry Rountree III, a Rameus Young. We have a Timu Solane. We have a Carson Butler, a Mookie Brylock, a Carl Malone. We have a Nate McMillan, a Bradley Beal. We have numbered card right here.
Yep.
629 on 999. Ooh, where is it? Right
They're
there.
really hard to see.
As you can tell from the bottom one, which is the exact same set, you can't even see the subset from where the light is.
Nope.
You can't see it at all.
Nope, they're really hard to see.
This is Miles Wood.
Thank you so much for them, Douglas, because I can guarantee we didn't have any of those.
Okay, and this one is numbered 783 out of 999.
You recognize
This
that
is Sonny
set or
Milano. No.
Exactly.
It's Parkhurst.
Exactly.
We have a Miguel Adams and a Jalen Waddle. AJ, it's your turn.
What?
I'm tapping in AJ.
No.
Or why?
Because my tushy hurts again.
That's what we're going to save to the end.
You got it.
Because of the guy on the front.
You're gonna have to do it then. You're gonna have to do it when we're done.
I'll do what you're doing. Sure, bud.
Sorry, everybody. You're just getting organized here. We got a John Farrell, Mike Morgan, Rock Rains. Yeah, well, I'm just getting you ready. Corey Schneider, Mark Langston, and you're in.
Alex Fernandez, Lance Dixon. Got a Adam Jesuzo, Don Ace, Gerald Perry, Gary Wayne, Nelson Mariano, Kurt Stillwell, Charlene LeBronte, Gillian Ferrari, Delaney Collins, Ozzie Smith, Lee Stevens, Gibson, Dave Kingman, Dan Plezak, Paul Sorrento, Milt Thompson, Jason Giambi,
Up just a little bit, AJ.
Bruce Suter,
There you go.
Greg Harris, Miguel Andujar. We got a Hunter Long, Jalen Phillips, Hunter Long, Mike Hoffman, Rick Nash, John Tavares, Liddell Eccles, Rodney Rogers on a die cut. Really cool.
And then a nice one.
Yep.
It's like half acetate.
Claude I guess.
Is that the mascot one? Colonel Claude, I would say. Looks like it's a minor league set. Because what's the name on the next card? What's the name of the team?
The Condors?
Condors, yeah. It's got to be a minor league team. It looks like for the Edmonton Oilers.
PHPA.
PHPA.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's the league, I guess, but it's the AHL.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to say it's the Edmonton Oilers farm team, though. Looking at the colors.
I don't think that's Colonel.
Yeah, that's how you say Colonel.
Why is it spelled like that then?
Because it's always spelled like that.
I don't know, but it's weird. That's Colonel.
Exactly.
Griffin Reinhardt. We got a Sean Monahan, Calgary, Anton Lander. We got a Stefan Barbary. We got a Javon Holland, Jared Dokes, Gary Pettis, Julio Valera, Jim Gott. Keith Brown, got a Paul Yeisbert. Francisco Lariano, Garrett Anderson, Pete Showrick, Nick Ritchie. We got a Martin Byron, got a Rob Blake, Nikola Varjanov, Mike Ridley, Troy Murray, Alan Kerr, Tom Fitzgerald, Radek Bonk, Dominic Roussel, Nicholas Lidstrom. Got a Gary Nyland, Berto Luongo, Jason Ruff. Got a Mark Pedersen, Yaris Vitolins, Ron Tugnut, Sean Burr, Andy Moog, Danny Darwin, John Moses, Andres Thomas, Tom Gordon, Chuck Jackson, and Doug Drabeck. Okay, next up, we got a Adam Graves, Dave Drecke, Steve Farr, Greg Matthews, Gary Sheffield, Roger Sackeld, Steve Searcy, rookie card, Mike Musina, prospect, Jim Tomei, rookie, James Norris Memorial Trophy, best defenseman. We got a Dwight Evans, Sergei Konchar, Miroslav Satar, Eric Goddard, got Jan Herdina, Brian Smolinski,
Yeah.
Terry Brose, rookie, Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, got a Gordon Leopold, Roger Clemens, Ron Gant, Mark McGuire, Mikhail Kiprasov, Colby Armstrong, got a Eric Goddard, Miroslav Satana, Marc-Andre Fleury, Tyler Kennedy, Peter Sokoa, and then we got a Ryan Whitney. Baltimore Orioles, Texas Rangers, Joey Wendell, saves leaders, Big League Best, Kirby H, Josh Hader, and Will Smith. Austin Meadows on the orange, David Peralta, Defensive Wizards, Mike Fiers, highlights, got a Carlos Santana, Big League Best, runs scored in, Ronald Acuna Jr., Cody Bellinger, and Anthony Rendon.
Oh, this is big league.
Strikeout leaders, Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, and Shane Bieber.
Chappie.
Matt Chapman, Defensive Wizards. Batting average leaders, Christian Yelich, Ketel Marte, and Anthony Rendon.
Really like to get Chappie back.
Mike Yastrzemski. Doubles leaders, we got Rafael Devers, Alexander Bogarts, and Marcus Simeon. Hits leaders, we got Whit Merrifield, Rafael Devers, and a DJ LeMahieu. We got a Luis Castillo, Mike Moustakas, Max Muncy, Ichiro, Mitch Keller, German Marquez, Hunter Renfro, Mitch Haniger, Mike Clevinger, Alex Bregman, Jesus Luzardo, Javier Baez, Colton Wong, Danny Santana, Miguel Andujar.
Did you get the Wong card?
Yes, I got a Wong card.
Dang it. I hate when we get the Wong card. I'm kidding.
I realize that. Jonathan Erickson. We got a Ryan Johansson, Alice Hemsky, Clark MacArthur, Nick Bonio, Dan Boyle, Franz Nielsen, Carl Soderberg, Victor Hedman, Glenn DiSarcina, Brian Baringer, Solomon Torres, Rick Huseman, Billy Van Landingham, Ed Higuera, Jim Presley, Lonnie Smith, Dave Henderson, Juan Samuel, Edwin Nunez, Gary Carter, Mookie Wilson, Ernest Riles. Checklist:
Let's go.
Jeff Kunkel, Ron Robinson, Bob Melvin, Mike Krakow, Milt Thompson, Ron Reynolds.
Sorry.
It's all good. Corey Perry, Keith Miller, Dennis Eggersley, Tony Fossis, Roy Smith, got a Joey Mesa, Jose Mesa, my bad, Ken Gerhardt, Jeff Russell, Mike Morgan, Glenn Davis, Kirk McCaskill, John Burkett,
Got a bunch of Timmies coming up.
Chris Nabholt, Pat Combs, Ken Tukov, Nick Bell, Jose Cantanco, Alan Trammell, Bill Spires, Dan Driesen, Tim Burke, Larry Anderson, John Farrell, Wade Boggs, Bill Dolly, Mike Sosha, Wes Chamberlain, Keith Anderson, Atherton, Dave Concepcion, and Jose Rijo. You got a John Tonelli, Bob Basin, Roger Clemens. Can you focus, please?
Oh, sorry. What do you need?
I don't know. It's just a bit unfocused.
Focus. Okay. There.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Cavallini, Reggie Lemon, Scott Pearson, Tim Hunter. We got a Cincinnati red card.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
We got a Braves card. Phillies card.
Are you taking back over?
Indians.
Separate those into sports.
Detroit Tigers. Rangers. Giants. Yankees. Indians. Detroit Tigers. Marcel Ozuna. Got a Alexander Godiniuk. Tim Barry.
Good enough.
Patrick Hornquist. Derek Roy. Jason Denemy. Brian Gendron. Dennis Martinez. Alexander Fernandez. Cole Hamels. Carlos Ruiz. Wilmer Della.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, good. Hey, don't worry about it. You're doing fine.
Thanks.
I would never tell him that.
I know. Okay, now there's only 9 left that I have to go through to get ready for you to do.
Dave Rigetti.
Spaghetti.
We got Paul Spaljarek, Jaden Cabana, Andres Galarraga, Bob Kipper, John Wetland, Randy Bush, Carmelo Martinez, Brett Butler, Jim Aker, Pedro Guerrero, Marty Barrett, Wayne Edwards, Lenny Harris, Dave Schmidt, Jeff Reardon, Larry Sheets, Tim Naring, Terry Wells, Terry Shumpert, Andy Maldonado, Paul Ranger, Scott Fletcher, John Bellington, Bep Roberts, Floyd Bannister, David Green. You got Larry Herndon. Got a wins leaders of Justin Vanlander, Garrett Cole, and Eduardo Rodriguez. Charlie Morton. We got a home run leaders. Oh, jeez. Big Meat Pete, Eugenio Suarez, and Cody Bellinger. We got walks leaders. We got Reese Hoskins, Yasmani Grandal, and Juan Soto. Peter Forsberg. Ardolis Chapman. One of the hardest pitches in baseball. Brad Keller. Stephanie Logue. What?
Stephanie? How about Steven?
Close enough.
Stefan.
Miguel Castro. Claude Moran. Nick Whitgren. Jose Ramirez. Max Muncy. Got a Giancarlo Stanton. Ron Tugnut.
Nice.
Adam Foote. Austin Nola. Bernie Nichols. Ryan Savage. Andre Makarov. J.D. Martinez. Carlos Carrasco. Award winners. Tommy Edman. Rod Scurry. Mike Moustakis. Max Muncy. Jorge Alfaro. And Clayton Kershaw.
Alright, here I come.
Clayton Claus. Okay, AJ here.
Separating the tickets.
No, sets. Or sports.
What I said, just
A little more complicated. Okay.
So we have a Derek Bell, Patrick Mullen, a Andrew Frentz, a Tyler Johnson.
Johnson. You're up just a
Arm.
little high, dude.
Tuukka Rask,
Johnson sleeve.
Teoscar Hernandez, a Andres Bork, Joey Gallo, a Brett Burns, Jim Strom,
Those are
Aaron Ekblad.
These are game day from 2017-18 Timmy's.
Timmy's, right? Yeah.
Yep, Eric Carlson.
Which, if these are doubles, they'll be on the TCDB, so go check that out.
Yep.
2025.
There's all kinds of people that want Timmy's, so
2025.
in 2025.
Steve Matz, J.D. Drew, Mashiro Tanaka, a
Michael Rosenslav.
a Greg Adams. We have a Jeff McNeely, a Tina Kuiker, a Dennis Boyd, Wayne Gross, Manny Lee, Todd Stottlemyre. We have a Cedric Mullins, a Cole Calhoun, a David Shaw, a Curtis Leisendreich. We have a Joyce Tartable, a Jeff Sanders, a Patrick Poulin, a Jonathan Stroop, and a Daniel Volbeck.
Volbeke?
Yep.
Didn't know that was his name, Volbeke.
Well, now you do.
Now I do. I
Just-
definitely do.
Just a sniff oil.
Okay, we have a Brett Barbary, an Alfonso Espinoza, a Kurt Manwarning, a Steve Balbooni,
See?
a Melito Perez, a Scott Terry, Scott Bradley, a Rafael Palmeiro, a Alejandro Pena. We're now an hour and a half into this.
Yep. How you liking this one, Johnny?
Joe Desai, Kurt Stillwell, a Raymond Martinez, a Kent Herbeck, a Todd Hudley, a Thomas Howard, Boyle Alden, a Dale Irvin, a Ricky Jordan, Jim Abbott, a Chuck Finley, a Mark Grace, a Rick Aguilera, Kenny Rogers, Dave Stewart, Alejandro Sanchez, Mike Devereaux. We have no trades to put with it.
Nope.
Silver signature. Sergey Coincher, Pete Smith, Wally Joyner, and a Mark Dewey.
That's why we just went nuts and filmed it all. Because what we're trying to do is get everything all filmed.
Which after this we have.
Yep. Then we get it all organized and figure out what we got, what we don't got, what we need, what we don't need, what we're trading for in TCDB, which we didn't need to trade for, etc.
I'm gonna give this one to you. There's stuff stuck to it.
Okay, we have a Brock Nelson, we have a Paul Martin, we have a Chad Johnson.
Whoa, what did you do there?
Past 9 o'clock.
What's that mean?
Tired.
What, the camera's tired? Is that why he was laying down?
It was. Artney Enzenbov, a Andy Ashby, a John Bergerbuck, a Gary Pettis, a Joe Orslack,
Johnson sleeve.
a Greg Minner, a Keith Miller. We have a Dan Gladden, a Reggie Harris. We have a Terry Mulholland, a Vaughn Hayes, a Jonathan Durian, a David Kijeki, Saku Koivu, a Walt Terrell, a David Siegel, a Paul O'Neill. We have a Craig Washington, a Rob Moore, a Alan Miles, a Rich Dodson, a Justin Aldelecker, a Philip Forsberg, a Otis Nixon, a Mike Broderick, a Jeff Schultz.
Sorry if we miss anything. Sorry if I miss anything. When I say I mean AJ and I.
What do you mean when you miss it?
If there's
How are
any
we gonna
big,
miss it?
if there's any big cards,
Oh.
we've given up.
I think they're just trying to get through it now, people, and I'm too busy trying to organize everything. Hey, like that crease there, people.
It's going straight shutter.
Yep.
AJ got rid of the card of the day.
You missed that one, Douglas. Oh no, there's more coming. There's a card of the day coming. Don't you worry.
AJ got rid of the Jeff Shaw card of the day.
Oh.
That was gonna be the.
Was that the Dunross one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, there's a better one coming.
I don't choose it. I choose the Jeff Shaw.
All day, every day. Morgan Riley, Nicholas
I don't blame you.
Cronwell, a
Still.
Kenny Irwin, a Eric Cole, a Tom Connolly, a Matt Sundin, Bip Roberts, Jamie Quirk, a Greg Carrett, a Randy Mulligan, a Damian Berryhill, a that guy, Randy Spillman, Benito Santiago, Howard Johnson, Terry Leach, Greg Vaughn, Scott Sutter, a Paul O'Neill, Herm Winningham, a Luis Quintos, a Norm Carlton. We have a Mel Rojas.
Don't rack the cards.
Oh well, Tim Walsh. We have a George Bell. We have a Jim Abbott. We have a Brian Harvey. We have a Floyd Humans. We have a Joel Oliver. We have a Andre Dawson.
Make sure you don't wreck the cards. That's all I care. AJ?
Coming, Saya.
Okay, we have a Martin St. Louis. We have an Andre Collins. We have a Frank Winningfield. We have a checklist.
Let's go.
We have a Paul Molitor. We have a Tony Phillips. We have a Bob Walk. We have a Pascal Perez. We have a Wes Gardner. We have a Jerry Royster. We have a Jack Clark. We have a Roger Clemens. We have a We have a Morty Brystrom. We have a Frank Thomas. We have a Vince Newsom. We have a Greg Montgomery. We have a Rodney Pete. We have a John L. Williams. We have a Bernie Blades. We have a Mike Merriweather. We have a Gene Atkins. We have a Kirk McCaskill. We have a Hoobie Brooks. We have a Pete Incavili. We have a checklist.
Let's go.
We have a... That's all that's left?
That's all that's left besides what
We have a Andres Galarraga, we have a Rick Shaw, we have a Elias Burks, we have a Mike Pegula, we have a Mark Fadrigal, and we have a Doug Small. I did say I was trying to make it sub 2 hours.
Well, you got a long way to go.
I don't know about that. We have a Luis Salazar, we have a Jim DeShays, we have a Tim Burrow, we have a Shane Abner, we have a Wayne Reinwright, we have a John Casey, we have a Eero Yarvi, we have a Jim Waite, we have a Larry Robinson, we have a Doug Bodger, we have a Edgar Martinez, we have a John Wetterland, we have a Dave Val, we have a Bobby Thigpig, we have a John Dunstan, a Benito Santiago, we have a Raymond Martinez, we have a Carlos Baerga, we have a Wayne Edwards, we have a Milt Thompson, we have a Mike Scott, we have a Logan Onduresic, we have a Kelly Hurdley, we have a John Van Viesbroek, we have a Mike Forder, we have a Sean Burrows, we have a Mike Napoli, we have a Steve Finley, a Melvin Mora, and a Glenn Wilson.
You do know sometimes going slow goes fast?
No, I don't.
Well, because you're tripping over your own tongue sometimes.
Yeah, well, then my tongue should catch up.
Good luck with that.
Okay, we have a Robert Seitz, we have a Roberto Mijata, we have a Ken McCarthy, we have a Mark Mazzelli, we have a Paul Swinell, we have a Jim Hernebeck, we have a Jim Sonlock, we have a Pete Peters.
Yes, sir.
We have a Benito Shannon, we have a Dave Hannon, we have a Glenn Davis, we have a, there's 2 of them. We have a Ruben Sierra, we have a Bob Welch, we have a Kurt Manwarning, we have a Lou Whitaker, we have a Craig Worthington, a Brian Harvey, a Dave Val, a Carlos Quintana, we have a Johnny Ray, an Alan Anderson, a Ian Duncan, we have a Steve Thomas, a Jeff Brown, we have a Neil Shishi, we have a Lance Berkman, we have a Reggie Lawson, a Mo Vaughn, we have a Mookie Wilson, and we have a Steve Belcher.
You can't tell me Pete Peters isn't a Marvel name.
Pete Peters is definitely. Pete Peters is up there with Pepper Potts.
Yeah, well, you know what? Pete Peters, Pepper Potts, and Peter Parker should go out and play ping pong.
Ping pong.
I don't know.
And then get pizza afterwards.
And pizza? Oh, okay. Did you just give me these?
I'm almost guaranteed in either DC or Marvel there's another name whose initials are just PP.
PP?
PP.
Did you just give me these?
Yep.
Okay.
We have a Joey Cora, a Luis Ponilla, we have a Bob Malik, we have a Rob Dibble, a Mark Harkey, we have a Dave Seege, we have a Joe Oliver, a Bob Nipper, we have a Tim McConnich, we have a Scott Rushcorn, a Dave Rigetti, we have a Jeff Juden, we have a Carlos Baerga, a Chris Nabolts, a Tim McTarvish, a Dave Road, we have a Damian Berryhill, we have a Tom Herr. I'm going to let you go through... I'm going to let you grind 3 of the 4 of the ones that I just did.
Yep, and yeah.
This last one could also get grind. That's all 4 of them.
Yeah.
We have Darren Holmes, a Steve Chitrin, we have a Julio Valera, a Jason Arnott, we have a Marino Duncan, a John Schmaltz, a John Farrell, a Ron Tugnut, a Miko Koibu, we have a Brian Giantina, we have a John Schultz, that's the one, and we have a Patrick Poulin. That's for the Whalers. Alright, we have a... Ooh, these ones are kind of soft.
Soft?
They're soft.
There's a numbered card.
Okay, we have an Otis Nixon, a Dan Quisenberry, we have a Bob Gibson, and a Tony Fernandez with a Joe card that can get grinded. I say grinded, but I mean shredded. It's under your arm. Mike Felder, a Terry Pettis, a Charles Hutton, a Brian Jordan. We have a checklist!
Let's go.
Okay, we have a Eddie Tarnsey, we have a Julio Valera, we have... Ooh, I'm so sorry. Matt Sundin did not want to go as fast. He wanted to slow it down.
That's the thing. Everybody enjoys a good
We have a Joyce Tabat, we have a Martin Hossa, we have a Glenn Hubbard, which can also get shredded. We have a Michael Freeland, we have a Matt Sundin, we have a Mike Vodka, which can get grinded, and a Wayne Byrne, which can also get grinded. That one's got some creases on it. It's got some creases on it.
Oh,
We have that card.
Yeah.
Mark Theron.
Guess who we got, AJ?
Josh Donaldson.
Since he just got traded to...
Oh yeah, Emmanuel Quickly.
Twice.
Oh, we got two.
We got
Quicklys.
two Quigley rookie
Oh,
cards.
Mesa, we have a Don August, we have a
Traded to the...
John Quintes, we have a Gary Carter, we have a Keith Moreland, we have a Ken Griffey Sr., we have a Tommy Gregg, and we have a John Kirk.
What the hell was that?
That was between my legs.
Okay.
You've got him talking about basketball now, Dad, and now he's not going to shuffle about it. Okay, so next up, we have a Mike Young, a Ricky Bontiego, we have a Pat Verbeek, we have a Billy Ashley, a Marcus Hanley, we have a Glenn
Wow.
Keeley.
That was not my fault. I didn't even touch it.
Is that your phone?
It's a 10.
You bumped into the
Table.
table.
We have a Don Carmen, a Randy O'Neill, we have a Jamie Corcoran, we have a John Coley, Fleet Feet.
Fleet Feet?
Fleet Feet.
Fleet Feet.
Okay, we have a
They definitely play for Marvel's baseball
Brian's.
team.
Brian's. That's not even an actual player. That's just
No, that's what I mean, though.
Jay
They
Ronald,
play for Marvel.
Cecilio Conte. We have a Dave Shimpanov. We have a Kevin McReynolds. We have an Andre Dawson. A Walt Terrell. We have a Larry Parrish. We have a Tony Perez. We have a Rich Yett. We have a Doyle Alexander. A Tracy Sanders. We have a David Malecki. We have a Brian Giles. A Paul Bird. We have a Manny Martinez. We have a Mike Moldenko. We have a Scott Shipicki. And a Clement Alvarez.
By the way, all cards are now on the table.
Oh, yeah!
So basically, you got 5 piles left.
So we have a... Whoa, we're almost done, Dad.
I know.
We have Jonathan... What, are you upset that we're almost done?
No, not at all.
We have a Travis Shaw. We have a D. Gordon, a Lance McCullers. We have a Chris Young. We have a Bob Rogers. Sorry, there's 2 there with Bob Rogers. There is also a Pete Harnish, and there's a Walt Polarberry. We have a Rule Melendez. We have a Jeff Reed, a Ron Karkovice. We have a Chris Singleton. We have a Randy Bush, Barry Larkin, and a Paul DeJong. We have a Steven Piscotty, and a Phil Brickford, and a Cole Stewart, and we have a Dennis Boyd, a Mike Martinez. Fitzgerald. We have a Mike LaFerriere. We have a Terry Pendleton, a Dwight Evans. We have a Marty Parrott. We have a Mickey Morandini. No, not Marandini, it's Morandini. We have a Derek May. We have a Luis Phillips. We have a Eric Keynes. We have a Greg Harris. We have a Fred Manrique. I need to drink water.
You go ahead.
Talking fast is thirsty.
Talking fast is thirsty. Perfect. Here.
Oh boy. That was some good refreshing water.
Good, refreshing water.
You should drink some sometime.
Are we... This episode of Shaw Racing Collect brought to you by...
Water. It's water.
Aquarius.
Water.
Okay.
Aquafina. Nestle.
No. No.
Rita.
We can't
Rita.
advertise any of them because...
Copyright claim.
Yes.
No, it's free advertisement.
Well, yeah, but some of them might not want to be advertised.
I don't,
Free real
Especially
estate.
with us.
I can't see why they wouldn't want to be advertised. They just wanted to spot. They just wouldn't want to actually sponsor us. There's a difference.
I never know.
Sponsored by
Charlie
Water.
Jacornik. We have a Tim Britzes. We have a Jolie Skinner. A Racy. We have Roncy, not Racy. We have a Bob Forrest. We have a Butch Wagner. We have a Jimmy Rollins. We have a Stephen Richer. We have... Ooh, that's not good.
We have it.
Here.
That's not good.
Remember how we had a little bit of coffee stain on one?
Yeah.
Well, this is half the card.
Nice.
We have a Paul Ossenmacher, a Kevin.
Yeah, we do. We
Penny.
got lots of this stuff on
Just put it down.
A
Actually, one of the
Nolan Ryan, a Ricky Sasser. We have a rookie card of Raphael Yuno.
Who?
Yunoa.
Okay.
Yunoa.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, that's why I repeated it. We have Tim Berg, a Deco Noma. We have a Yarno Colton. We have a Brendan Witt. We have a OHJMQ action. We have a Chris Terry. We have a Eric Lindros. Lindros. We have a Matt Johnson
Johnson.
for the Kings.
For the Kings.
Arm. We have a Dominic Lavielle. We have a
Not necessarily on that card.
Hanford. We have a Gordon Murphy. We have a Jeff Norton, a Tobias Reeder, a
Johnson
Rick
Steve.
Nash, a Vladimir Tarasenko, Andrew Ladd, Gustav Nyquist. There's 14 minutes left till we're at 2 hours.
There's 3 piles left.
So I'll slow her down a little bit. Don't need to rush this
one.
one.
Keep it under 2 hours. That'd be great.
Eric Drozey, we have a Scott Biles, we have a Ricky Henderson, we have a Ken Howell, we have a Darren Coles, we have a Don Assey, we have a Tim Weir, we have a Bob Boone, we have a Ricky Horton, we have a Scott Schroeder, we have a Matt Strom, we have a Michael Brantley, we have a Pat Volika, we have a Lonnie Smith, a Ozzie Smith, a Jose Canseco, we have a Kelly Downs, we have a Jim Gott, we have a Alejandro Pena, we have a Willie Randolph, we have a Tom Coopers, we have a Jeff Montgomery, we have a Jose De Leon, we have a Rick Roussel, we have a Fernando Valenzuela, we have a Bobby Bonilla, we have a Jack Clark, we have a Big Meat Pete O'Brien. That's the wrong guy. Vice Ferris, we have Corey Snyder.
Is he the original Big Meat Pete?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, we now just have a bunch of...
These are some nicer cards that he sent us.
We have Bo Bichette, which I do know that we have this card of.
Oh, do we?
Because it's 2022 Stadium Club.
That's okay. Oh, you're... hold on. Let me zoom out a little bit, because you're...
Oh, you gave me too many cards.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay.
Focus.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it's focused.
We have a
Tell,
Mike
remember?
Ginsicki, we have a Cortland Sutton, we have a Quinto Grimes, we have a Emmanuel Clark. Quickly. We have Mr. Quick. We decided to be quickly instead of being precious. We have a Alfred Payton, and that's on the pink parallel. We have a DL Hall rookie card. We have a Ryan Ellis. We have a Charles LeBlanc rookie card. We have a Isha Todd rookie card. We have a Claude. We have a Thomas Grease. We have a Mark Scheifele. We have a Joe Thornton. We have a Peter Forsberg. We have a John McCarthy. We have a John Goudreau. We have a Eric Weinrich. We have a Scott Sission. We have a Peter Nelson. We have a Igor Matsukin. We have a Nicholas Anger. We have a Miguel Samuelson. We have a Justin Jefferson. We have a Kirk Cousins. We have a Larry Johnson. Nick Laduo.
Is Johnson already sleeved?
No.
Oh.
Dejada Adjavar. We have a Patrick Waugh. We have a...
Is now.
We have a Wayne Gretzky. We have a Tim Walsh. Okay, I'm going to move the pucks.
You go ahead and move the pucks, because we have an oversized card. He sent us an oversized young gun of
I don't need to move the pucks.
Thomas Chabot. Yeah, but that's an oversized card. It looks like the regular size now.
I disagree. Because that's a regular sized on top.
Right. Well, that's true.
It's a little bigger.
It's a little bit.
My very personal opinion, it's just a little bigger. A little bigger. Is that part of his jersey?
What? No, it's a fake. If it's the one I'm thinking of. As you.
I will. I'll read the back once we get through this. We have an Obi Topin. We have a Trey. We have a Trey McKinney. Bowie Mafafe. We have a Vladimir Smith-Massit, a Zach Lyman, and we have a Father's Day. No,
Father's Day patch.
commemorative manufactured patch, but that looks like it could be on the side there. It looks like it could be like on their
Yeah.
Mike Trout.
Of Mike Trout.
It's pretty good.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Douglas.
So AJ,
AJ, you can now sit down and do the trades.
Where do
All
we
right,
start?
thank you for doing the trades.
You're welcome. Where do we start with everything we got here? Awesome, Douglas. Thank you so much, brother. So much awesomeness in here.
All these cards were like Thanksgiving dinner, and now we're gonna go take a nap for the next 3 days.
Pretty much. Well, at least until tomorrow, and then we can start organizing.
We're gonna take a nap for the next 3 video days.
That's got to get put with the oversize.
I'm bringing those down.
And with that, let's thank everybody for watching.
Thank you, everybody, for
Let's,
staying here for...
let's thank Epiphany for staying here an hour.
That's
We're
right.
almost 2 hours.
If anybody else is still here, please let us know down below by saying
Comment wah.
wah,
Wah.
as in Patrick Wah.
No.
I said
Wah.
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 Capital W, capital A, and then 3 lowercase a's. Wah.
All right, you heard them. Whatever is all I have to say.
Wah.
But thanks everybody
Wah.
for those who checked it out in different or who are watching this in the background.
Wah.
Thank you to everybody that's been sticking through this with us. So much awesome stuff, Douglas. Thank you so much, brother. I've got all the other stuff all ready to go with everybody else's stuff. It'll get shipped out shortly. But we want to thank everybody for watching. Please go sub up to
I almost forgot.
Douglas. I did actually. Please go sub up to Douglas Hutton. Awesome guy.
Obviously.
Awesome channel. You support him, he's going to support you back. He's such an awesome
But the tip through the
community
hole.
member. He goes and he goes and he supports everybody. So let's give him the support that he gives the rest of us.
You gotta do it nice and calm. You just
What
gotta.
are you doing?
He's helping me get my straps back in.
Hey, but I'm trying to finish here.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I thought. With that, I want to say when you go sub up to Douglas, tell him the Mike Trout patch sent ya. The Father's Day relic. With that, we want to thank everybody for watching and
Have a fucking good day, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Finally done.